What you doing? Yeah, you like them props, don't you? Crazy cat. Alright guys, I have a bit of a verdict to go over. A couple of weeks, maybe a few months ago, I did a review on the iFlight SucceX 50 amp narrow ESCs, so the Slick ESCs. It's the ones that I have here. As you can see, they're about as wide as the arms. They're perfect for quads like this, which is my main freestyle rig right now, which is Hyperlow RS Plus. The arms are about 10 mil, and I think that's more or less the width of the ESC. Maybe it's 9 mil. However, I've loved those ESCs, just a few weeks after that, I received a set of the Spedix LS40. For both of these, I'll put links in the description, one after the other. The iFlight review was a full review, building it and everything. The SPEDIXs were just sort of an intro. It wasn't a full review because I had to fly them and I hadn't flown yet, but finally I did. They are on here on this Hyperlow RS Plus. So here we go. First, let's start with the disclaimer. Keep in mind that not all setups are the same. There's a lot of things that can affect your ESCs and your flight performance and this and that. And oftentimes a very little thing makes a big difference. Keep in mind these quads are 5S and they are on Flight 1 Falco X. So that's something to keep in mind. I'll tell you right now, the iFlights fly a lot better for several reasons. I really wanted to like the SPEDIXs, and the main reason I wanted to like the SPEDIXs was because they're slightly shorter. They're about 1 inch wider, which you can barely tell, but a little bit shorter, which is nice because they fit the arm just slightly better. Don't mind the cap. I'll explain that in a second. As you can see on this one, the ESC, come on lighting, it's starting to get dark here. It takes up almost the entire arm. So I really liked the profile of the SPEDIXs because it was ever so slightly shorter. However, in my setup at least, it was so noisy. Like, I could not get it tuned. I had a lot of problems trying to simply get it tuned. I get shakes and everything. I tried different tunes, and then I finally settled on running the same tune on both quads, even though I tried different things, figuring, well, let's see what happens. And I could never get it to fly clean enough, the SPEDIX setup. Right now they have the same tune. Yes, I know you don't always or usually don't run the same tune on a quad if you change parts. But I did test a bunch of different filterings and a bunch of different tunes as if I were tuning any quad to get it to work independent of the other one, and I could not get it to fly well. It flew okay, and some people will not notice the difference, but when you fly a perfect setup like the other one that I'm super stoked on, you can't tell the difference. So this is what I discovered. I was like, you know what? Most likely the problem is that I need caps. The one difference between the iFlights and the SPEDIXs is that the iFlights come with a cap. So I went to Digitech and ordered a bunch of caps for some of the projects that I have going. And I got a set of the Rubicon ZLH, I think is what they are, which are low ESR. 35 volt, 220 microfarad, which is the same spec as the caps on the iFlights. Just these are Rubicons, different brand, basically the same spec for the cap. And I did a bit of a janky installation because I just soldered them there because I didn't want to do a full on setup on getting them really close and clean there. I just wanted to test if it made a difference. And yeah, you could argue that if you're getting closer, less of the little pins, it'll be better, but whatever, it was enough. So I went and flew it there, and it made a huge difference. Like, if you get those SPEDIX ESCs, maybe on 4S you'll be okay, but 5S and 6S, put a cap on it. It made such a difference in how well it flies, and just completely changed the build. Like, it really flies cleanly now. I was very impressed. So definitely, for the people that say you don't need caps, you don't necessarily need caps, but it can make a huge difference in the quality of how something flies. However, and here's the thing to keep in mind, I still like how the iFlights fly better. So even after the caps, I feel the iFlights fly cleaner. I don't have an oscilloscope or anything like that to really, hey, cat, stop that, to really, Margot, to really check the noise and whatnot, do not get in the house. Stop it. But what I can tell you is that I like the iFlights more. So unfortunately, I'm going to replace them, put iFlights on both of these quads because I'm just in love with that setup. They fly so well. And I'm telling you something, coming from a guy that flies KISS, I have a couple of KISS quads and I love how they fly. I've managed to get this Flight 1 quad with the iFlight ESCs to fly better than any of my KISS quads. I'm super impressed. I love it. So there you have it. At least for me, I prefer the iFlight ESCs over the SPEDIX LS40. When I say iFlight, it's a 50 amp Slicks. Maybe for you it's different. The SPEDIXs definitely have the thing where they're slightly shorter, and that's really, I gotta give it to them. But I think that because they made them a little bit more smaller, they might not have enough caps compared to the other one, on board at least, and they just don't fly quite as cleanly. That's a verdict, at least. I mean, if I get motivated, I'll get the cap shorter and try different filtering and try different things, but I think I'm getting tired at this point. I think I've tried enough, and I definitely prefer the iFlights. I will leave you with a flight from the other day. If you follow my Instagram account, you would have seen that I got eaten by bugs flying at a local spot recently, and I could not take it. I left within 5 packs, and I thought the footage I had was crap. But then I checked it the other day. I was like, oh, there's some good stuff here. So I'll cut it up, and I'll put it now for you guys to see it. This is this quad, the one with the iFlight ESCs. It's a Hyperlow RS Plus on Falco X from Flight 1 with a millivolt OSZ. Those iFlight ESCs, and if you have been watching my videos, I revealed what my favorite motor is the other day, link in the description, and it's these F40 2150 kV Pro 2s. There we have it. Thank you for watching. Check out the other videos so this one makes sense because they're all tied together. And hit the thumbs up, like this video, it'll really help a lot. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I'll see you in the next one, guys.
Sunshine, there is rain. Where there are faith.